you hate to get those phone calls that say, we've had an escape. And then to make it worse, an escape of a convicted murderer. Because obviously our biggest responsibility is the safety of the public.
On April 1st of 2015, no joke, around 3 a.m. An inmate was able to overpower one of our correctional officers, and the staff failed to follow protocol, and that's how he got out of his cell.
Once we determined that he was off the property and gone, we then got into our New World system, our jail management software system with New World, and basically started looking at contacts, phone calls, or phone numbers of those contacts, and just started the investigation from there.
Using the New World Systems application came in extremely handy the day of the escape. From the moment we realized that the subject, Cameron Taylor, had escaped from his cell, we began using the record suite to find out known associates, prior addresses, violent tendencies he's had in the past, as well as physical characteristics such as tattoos, different people that had visited him in the jail. And we used it all the way around. I mean, we used it to disperse that information to agencies that were responding to assist us, got it out to the dispatchers to put out statewide messages. And we continue to use New World Systems the whole way through, from corrections, every corrections incident he had, who he got along with, who he was cellmates with. Obviously, we used it in the mobile environment with the police officers on the street. We were able to send messages to them. They were able to share it among agencies. The fact that we're a fully consolidated county, every agency was on the same page, which worked out great. Some of the information that we were able to retrieve from New World Systems and share to the other agencies that were in the room included known associates, prior phone numbers that he had used with jail visits, people that had come visit him in jail or put money on his books, as well as people that he fought with in the jail, people that co-defendants he had been arrested with before. Just a numerous amount of information, tattoos, prior mugshots, prior addresses, people that he lived with, other relatives that had come visit him, or people he had to stay away from in the jail. There was just a ton of information at our fingertips.
So with him being a local inmate, obviously everything was localized, and we were able to kind of cross-reference with some other inmates, some other people on the street that he knew, which actually led us to some information that we really had him narrowed down to where he was. After we thought we had him, he was identified by a tattoo that he had on his neck with the name Gertrude. Now, Gertrude isn't exactly a tattoo that everybody has, so we felt pretty confident that we had the right guy. Well, when Cook County got him, Cook County's system, when they fingerprint him, his fingerprints come back to a name that was not Cameron Taylor, because Cook County's system takes the name associated with those fingerprints during his initial arrest, the first time he was ever arrested in Cook County. So about 10 minutes after we had advised everybody, including the media, we had it out on social media, we contacted the sheriff and let him know he's in custody in Cook County or in Chicago. We got a call from Chicago PD saying the fingerprints don't match. And our room went silent. I mean, it was just, it was almost like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen now after we've notified everybody? Well, they could not identify him as Cameron Taylor, even though he had the tattoo of Gertrude on his neck. So they contacted us and we were playing, phone. We were talking back and forth numerous times trying to make sure that we had the right guy. And we actually emailed them photos of his tattoos, labeled them as where they were, which is part of our system. And with that, in less than 5 minutes, they called back and said, yes, it's him. The scars, marks, and tattoos were the identifier that actually closed out the case as far as him being captured.
We had people here from the U.S. Marshal Service and the FBI, the state police from Illinois, the state police from Indiana were involved. A number of counties, even outside Illinois, Lake County, Indiana, Newton County, all of those different jurisdictions needed information, and we were able to provide it in a way that it became very useful to them. And so you talk about a system that really facilitated the capture of a very dangerous man who had murdered at least one person and been convicted of that and was a suspect in 2 or 3 other homicides. To get him off the street and back into custody was a relief, to say the least.